This array is the power cell, the identity symbol of electric vehicles. It's the source of power for electric cars. This black powder is the core material of the power battery, lithium iron phosphate. The red bag is filled with lithium iron phosphate. It's important to choose lithium iron phosphate as the cathode material for electric car batteries because it has high thermal stability. Let's visualize the effect of thermal stability through the pinch test. Puncture test simulates the most extreme conditions of battery use. When the battery is punctured, the positive and negative terminals meet, causing a short circuit. The battery will instantly release a large amount of heat, triggering an explosion. The explosion of iron phosphate powder is put into the machine will flow with the pipe to the next layer of space. Here, it is mixed with a conductive agent and a water-based binder to turn the metal powder into a fine and viscous black liquid slurry. This paste is evenly applied to the positive electrode. At the same time, the negative electrode of the battery is also being made. Graphite, the conductive material for the negative electrode, is applied to the corresponding copper foil. So how do you maximize the power in a limited space? Blade batteries, using iron phosphate as the positive electrode, break the mold of conventional battery packs. Once the coating is complete, the rolls of processed positive and negative electrodes are arranged in the order of positive diaphragm, negative diaphragm, and diaphragm, stacked in a zigzag pattern. Better utilization of space than the conventional battery winding process of stacking process. Stretching the single cell greatly increases the amount of power it can carry per unit volume. And space-saving rearrangement of the single cell. Elimination of modules reduces the number of structural components. In order to justify the choice of a lithium iron phosphate blade battery, we needed to put it through its most extreme test. This time, the battery stood up well. The lithium iron phosphate material releases less heat, even in the event of a diversion, and does so at a slower rate. The long strip shape also gives the battery more surface area to dissipate heat. For example, a set of blade batteries can store up to 20 cell phones worth of power in a 77-degree battery pack. Improved safety. It also has a range of 600 kilometers. 170 cells are arranged to form a battery pack. So the car has a new source of power. The next step is to get the energy to drive the car. The electric car starts with a more classic device. The driver shifts into forward gear, releases the brakes and presses the gas pedal to move the car forward. And for the driver's commands to control the car accurately, a reliable electronic control system is needed. The electric car's experimentation with energy has brought about a systematic change in the vehicle's body. The electric car's experimentation with energy brought about a systematic change in the vehicle body and brought a new possibility to forefront more dramatically. In order to realize the function of autonomous driving, many additional electrical appliances must be added to the vehicle. Radar, cameras, navigation systems. Electric vehicles offer unique scenarios for the application of these components. This places multiple demands on the electronic control system. The electronic control system is the total console of the electric vehicle. It determines the power, safety, handling, and so on. In the electronic control system, sensors, electronic controllers, actuators, and program control software work together to guarantee the performance, safety, and accurate response of the vehicle. The final assembly process of the motor is actually more like nesting dolls. First take a motor shell, then take a rotor. Put the rotor into the motor housing. Then put the electronics into the inner housing. Then you put the electronics in the inner housing, put the electronics on the inner shell, and put them between the rotor and the shell. The structure is nested. A complete motor is assembled. Designer to the body streamline. different explorations and attempts were made. The styling of modern automobiles has to be aerodynamic on the one hand to reduce the fuel consumption of the finished car. On the other hand, it has to be considered to bring the car to the mass market. Stamping is an important step in shaping the exterior of a car. Using a press lathe and a well-designed die to complete the shaping, the steel plate needs to be subjected to nearly 2,000 tons of pressure each time. After 4 or so presses, a sheet of steel is successfully transformed. It reveals a rich, delicate and textured curve. From two-dimensional plates to enumerated bodies, it takes more than 6 zero-welding points to integrate the components of an electric vehicle. The weld tolerances have to be kept within 0.5 millimeters. Every little deviation will bring about an imbalance in the overall strength of the car body. The subsequent installation of thousands of parts is impossible. About 250 robotic arms on the welding line are working together, turning each welding point into a musical note. Color, gloss. The streamlined body is a combination of speed and beauty. Although the bodywork of each car is different, the ultimate goal of the Mercedes-Benz is to go far away. This is where a car is finally born. It's where the car's controls are connected. The power cell is mounted under the chassis and fed into the body. The motor and the electronic control are integrated before assembly. And then there's the adapter. It's a necessary current converter for charging. The assembly workers are stepping to the beat. The assembly workers step to the beat. Ready for the electric car, to protect it from the wind and the rain. Stepping on the thorns and steer the wheel. Then the seats are placed and the interior is decorated. All the parts are finally assembled. During the 4-hour assembly process, workers are working on two every day, one part at a time, assembled in two. Until this moment when the whole car is launched, a series of tests are waiting for him. Safe and secure. Flexible handling. The experience of speed. Now, a qualified electric car is finally born.